Congratulations! You've decided to become a chicken keeper. But before you bring your nuggets home, you need to decide what type of housing you're going to have for them. Should you free range them? Should you put them in a tractor? Should you have them in a static coop? It's really going to depend on your lifestyle, your property, the kinds of chickens that you have and their personalities, and what works for you and your situation. There's pros and cons to each style, so we're going to get started and you can decide what's best for you. The certified humane requirement to classify birds as free range is only 2 square feet. Think about that for a second. 2 square feet per bird. That's not very much. So when you're free ranging your birds, you don't necessarily have to give them the entire property that you own to do what they want with. They are going to dig up your gardens, looking for bugs. They are also going to fertilize your yard, which is a great pro, but they can be pretty destructive. Look at the mess these chickens made on my back porch. Whew. One of the ways I combat the destructiveness of my chickens but still allow them to free range is that I have a fenced in area. This is all theirs that they can go through wherever they want during the day. They have plenty of space to explore and dig through the leaves looking for bugs and find some dirt baths and just get their legs moving and get around. One of the things to consider about free ranging is predators. Where I live, I regularly see coyotes in my yard. We have hawks. I've had raccoons, possums, anything you can imagine. And so having a fenced area for them helps cut down on some of those predators that they might have. Another consideration is if you plan on having roosters. I have toddlers and I don't trust roosters around toddlers. So having a fenced in free range area helps protect my kids from any potential rooster. They are stuck in here, they can't get out, and my kids can't get in. If free ranging your chickens is something that you would like to do, you need to take into account your lifestyle. Are you going to be home to let them in and out? If not, you might need to look into getting an automatic door that closes and opens with the sunset and sunrise. Another great benefit of letting your chickens free range is that you pay less feed because they're foraging for bugs, they're eating grass, they're finding other stuff to supplement their feed so that you're not paying so much to feed them. Plus, if your chickens are outside and they get to have access to dirt, you won't need to supplement them with grit. They'll find it on their own. They're healthier, they're getting exercise, it helps make their yolks more yellow, and it makes a healthier egg to eat. But when they're free ranging, you do have to worry about those predators. I don't know if it's possible to completely predator proof a free range area. I've seen some people try to do like overhead netting to keep hawks out. You could try, but I haven't quite seen anything that is completely predator proof if you're free ranging your chickens. So be prepared that you might have some losses, but on the other side, then you don't have to call. So just keep that in mind as you're deciding what's the right solution for you and your family. One option you have is to have a mobile coop with electric fence netting around it so that your animals are protected but they are being moved constantly to fresh areas on your property. For my lifestyle, moving poultry netting every couple days was just not feasible. So I prefer to have a static coop that I can keep my hens in at night and let them free range in their area during the daytime. And then if I need to, I can always have another section that I can move them to, but they do not deplete what they have here. One of the negatives about having a stationary coop that doesn't go anywhere is that you are going to have to be doing more cleaning. When you have a chicken tractor or a mobile chicken area set up, you have less cleaning you have to do because you're moving them to fresh ground so that their manure is just composting down back into the earth. I do clean out my chicken coop about twice a year. I do a deep bedding method. It just got fresh straw put in when I did the roof just recently. But what I'll actually do is I'll throw all my compost scraps right in the bottom here. I'll throw in piles of leaves and grass and all kinds of stuff in there, and it will compost down and mix in with the manure. And then I will shovel it out and use it in my gardens. So the chickens get the table scraps, they get the bugs, and they help me make my compost. So it's a really nice cycle. If you let your chickens free range, you will have to close them up in their coop at night for their own protection from predators. One of the reasons why I have these chickens in a tractor instead of free ranging is because they would sleep 30 feet up in the trees at night instead of coming back to their coop. Most chickens will go back to their coop on their own. I have occasionally had to retrain my free-ranging chickens to go back to their coop. If they decide to start sleeping someplace else, I'll just close them in their coop up for a couple of days just to remind them this is where they're supposed to go. The tractor is a great tool to have. You can move it around your yard, fertilize your yard. You're not having to deal with all that manure. It makes great grass. They're still getting bugs, and they're getting fresh air and sunshine. And they're getting a new patch of grass. I move them every day or every other day, unless it's really disgusting outside. But the advantage of having the tractor is that they're safe from predators, you're keeping them where you want them to be, they're not bothering any neighbors if that's an issue, and they're still getting all the benefits of free ranging. So the way that I have it set up on my property is that I have all of this area my chickens can free range in. I have this small coop for raising chicks or putting broody hens in, or if I need to separate a sick chicken. I have my static coop that I keep my laying hens in at night, and they can free range during the day. There's enough room in there that if I need to close them up because there's a coyote in the yard in the morning and I don't want to let them out, that they're fine in there. They have plenty of space to be in the run. And then I have my chicken tractor. For my chickens that don't want to sleep in the coop at night, they're still getting access to fresh grass. I just move it around every day or every other day, and they're still getting all of the health benefits of free ranging without actually free ranging. So I'm hoping this was helpful for you to decide how you want to house your chickens. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. If you're new to chickens or you're getting a new breed this year, I would love to hear what breeds you're branching into. Leave that down in the comments below too. It's been great hanging out with you. As always, it's very fun, and I will see you next time. Bye.